One important game left. Well, of course, Wei Yi still playing against Wesley So, but it's this one that we're focused on. Amin Bassem against Hikaru Nakamura. Hikaru is the only one that can really even try to keep pace at this moment with Magnus Carlsen. Has a huge score. Can Nakamura still trail him by the minimum if he wins this game? Rookie 2 was just played. This is the current position on the board. This should be a win for the black side. You have up pawn, but more importantly, this pawn on c3 is very strong. There's still a lot of tactical threats. You have to watch out for penetration of the rook, so the knight can't really move. And this king, you can imagine, is a little bit vulnerable, but it is black to be chosen here as the one with the advantage. Amin Bassem only with 46 seconds against a minute by Hikaru. Anything can happen, but we know how good Hikaru is with almost no time on the clock.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because of course he's better here, but it's still a bit messy. Yeah, the knight on c7 playing an important part to prevent both right rooks to enter on the 8th rank, but on the other hand, this knight on c7 shuts out a little bit the rook b7 from some activity, and bishop f8, trading the bishops, releases a little bit the rook, I have the feeling. So now they've traded bishops and pawns on g6.
Yeah, the pawn takes on g6 was such a bad move.
Yeah, actually, but that's in chess. Basically you calculate automatically these exchanges, but the pawn on f5 is important.
It was an important pawn, yes.
Yeah, it kind of ties down. It gives some space.
I think black was anyways planning to take on f5, so probably rook a5 also made a lot of sense.
Yeah, rook a5 here, but he could have perhaps played it immediately. Why
yeah,
not?
exactly. So now the question is, how does black really convert his advantage here, Yannick?
It's not yet completely obvious to me, but there is one important rule in endgames, king. And for the moment you can't really bring it. I mean, it's quite safe on f8, but you can't really play king f7. There is check on e7. Yeah, rook b6. I like this move because the knight on c6 is kind of a little pain there. And I've said that the rook has to be activated, and rook b6, rook c5, very logical as well. Keeping this knight on c6. Actually, this knight on c6 is like the cement of white's position. It controls important squares, protects b4, knight e8.
So he wants to come to d6?
Yeah, he wants to activate.
Knight e8 is a strange move. What do you play against knight e7?
He's got knight e7, so your idea is just to take on g6, and now...
Well, you have to defend it somehow. Knight d5 is also a threat.
Knight d5, yeah.
And the thing is that even if I go king f7...
Now knight d5?
Or even take on g6.
I mean, it's still a great fight, and the time
king f7
is
on the board
running.
and knight d5. What's going on? So you're threatening rook e7. I've got to go rook b7?
Yeah, you have to defend both the rook and rook e7. So you just do have to play rook b7. Anything can happen. I'm not going to call this at any direction, because with seconds on the clock, truly anything can happen at this point. I think b5. b5, b6, let's go. Yeah. And then rook c7 is going to be in the air at some point tactically.
Actually, this could be Amin's moment. I mean, but he has to forget about everything else and just focus.
Oh, that was such a big thing. That was huge, taking the pawn on c3 basically for free. Didn't even have to give up his b pawn.
Yeah.
Hikaru's just messed it up.
He messed it up
And
big
now
time.
he's looking for keeping control and not losing this game, which is within you know,
what's a big
I mean, it's clearly still objectively more or less equal, but the tension has gone down because Amin is feeling all right. He's kind of psychologically in the driving seat in a way. But look, I mean, I like the way Nakamura keeps his cool. Yes, he's blundered.
He's very frustrated right now. Yannick.
Of course, he must be shaking his head, but he keeps his cool as well. I like these moves, king g6 and knight to f5. Now
he keeps the pressure. He keeps the pressure. You can see the knight jumping around, the king on g2 being a little bit unsafe.
And yeah, the clock ticking.
Rook c6 is coming next. The f6 pawn.
Yeah, you might want to kick out this knight from e4. I really don't.
You might want to just propose the exchange with knight d6. No, he goes for a check.
Knight e3, king g1 played instantly. There was no really good way of putting the king anywhere else. King f2 run into knight d1 check.
As does king h3 or g3.
Now
nerve-wracking.
This knight f2 is important. No other move was good. Rook a3 a little bit. Wait.
You know what, guys?
All right, so rook a1 is the threat. Rook c1.
I'm gonna bet on a win by Hikaru. Nevertheless, you know what? He has these nerves.
Yeah, but this position has just got nothing. I mean, you've got to be careful about the b5 pawn.
Yeah,
I like h3, just saving your king against all threats.
Rook A5. He's going after the B pawn.
And how are you going to defend it? So
It's not that easy.
Well, you
because
can play Rook C5,
Rook
right? I don't
C5
see.
C5 is the
correct.
most.
yeah, because 2
2 seconds.
seconds on the clock.
2 seconds. I mean,
He's gonna live on the delay now, and that's
course.
tough.
but Nakamura doesn't have so much time either. He has a 15 or 20-second cushion
Knight
before
D4
reaching
coming?
the delay zone. Knight
Knight
E4.
E4, that
Knight
seems like a
D4?
lot.
Knight
Knight D4.
D4.
It's just the tricks. You can see the knights are so tricky.
Knight D6 now?
Just want
8,
to point out that
7.
Wei Yi did draw against
5,
Wesley So.
4. He's got Knight D6.
Anything can happen, guys. I'm telling you, such short amount of time. Feels every time the rooks move from the first rank, there's actual threats.
Knight C4 or what? Knight C4, Rook A1
Check.
check.
King F2, I guess, and White's
So
holding
he's gonna
on.
go Rook E7 or?
The knight would be doing well on F4, but yeah,
How to
he
get
could-
it
So
there.
White wants to go B6
Knight
next,
E6.
right?
I mean, B6 is a threat. B6,
It's a big
B7,
threat.
B8 is a very clear plan.
Knight E7, Knight E6, perhaps.
12 seconds
Rook
down.
C6.
11.
Oh yeah.
No, but knight-
Nakamura,
knight E6?
Nakamura
Come on,
shouldn't
he's got to
lose.
make a move.
96, Rook
6
C6.
seconds. Rook H7.
All right, Nakamura
Okay, can I
is
start pushing?
also
Okay,
almost.
Let's
what
push.
is going on?
B6.
What is his idea? Has he gone on tilt?
Rook A8, that seems a bit passive.
Oh, and suddenly perhaps.
Can I play B7 and Knight D6?
Of
What is
course you
wrong with
can.
that?
And Rook C8 and get a new queen, right?
Well, yeah, this looks winning.
Oh my god.
Could he
What?
play the spoiler role? King G2 seems like a natural move. Rook H2 is currently a threat. Ah, Rook B4 maybe
I
even
like
better.
it. I
Very
like
good
it.
too. Very good too. Suddenly, Amin
Oh,
on
Rook-
the verge of getting his first point. And now if you go, well, you can go to G3 or to G1 is, no,
G1 knight
is
F3.
not good. So
King
F1 is
F1.
safe perhaps.
King F1,
King
the
G2?
only winning move
King
actually.
G2, King G2.
Can't hesitate here. Still make a move.
6.
King G2 looks very good. Rook C8 is just the next move. How do I defend against this? Rook D1, you can see the frustrated way
What
that
about Rook
Hikaru
C8?
plays.
What about Rook
Rook
C8 here?
C8, Rook C8 is over.
It looks like an extra.
Okay, he wants
Rook?
to go Knight F3, right?
He wants to have the Knight F3.
So King
perfect
F1,
check.
Knight F3.
But
That's
still,
the idea.
Knight F3, you can play Rook B3.
Yeah, that should not
That
be
is
enough.
right.
It's nice.
And now Rook B3 and
Rook
now
B3 is
what?
important. And then you'll be up a rook. It's not over because I'm sure that Hikaru will keep playing. Rook B3, rook takes B7, knight takes B7, G4. We'll keep fighting, but it is an extra rook.
Wow.
No choice but to
7.
take on B7.
He's gone for it. This is such a big moment for
Wow.
Egypt's Amin Basim.
I don't think there's a threat at the moment. I can probably bring my knight back.
No, Knight H2?
It's pinning.
He wanted to go Knight H2, Knight F3, right?
No, I can just. Actually, maybe that would.
Why did he go Knight H2, Knight F3? Is he trying to win
No,
this
because
position?
of King E1. King E1.
King
Ah,
E1
King
attacks the
E1.
rook.
Ah, but there is F2 in the end.
What?
Rook takes F3, GF. Anyway, it's far from here already, but.
No,
there was-
then Rook
there were
F3,
tricks.
right?
Still not
Rook is
trivial,
on
guys.
Rook C on C8. Ah, but he can go back to C1.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. It doesn't work. Well, it's lost for Naka, but it's still tricky. It is still tricky.
Amin
and
cannot mess this up.
oh
It's just-
my
it-
God.
Oh my god.
I mean, the conversion seems easier and easier now. He's really gotten his king safe. Couple of tricks here, but I don't see anything in particular. You can probably just play rook d2, knight
6
c4, rook
seconds.
d4.
He's got to make a move.
Yeah.
He's doing an excellent job keeping up with the delay. Knight e4,
Yeah,
knight
actually-
f5. Hikaru just trying to play for tricks and the time pressure, but
Oh,
this
is
is
he getting the F pawn now?
Yeah, he can just
Yeah.
take it.
Take it.
just take it and
G3
they start
can-
falling. This is just an extra rook.
You can even go to G2. No fork on F4. Well, this is going to be
This
a
should be
means
this
moment.
time to shine.
And he has to exchange the knight. And if he exchanges the knight, then
It's
it's
over.
no
trivial.
trick.
It's over.
It's absolutely
trick
true.
there.
He might actually
He
just
has to
resign here because he
resign.
has to trade the knights.
He has, of course.
Ah,
he
knight
continues-
b4, but rook e4 I think is
Yeah, rook
completely
E4.
winning. There you go, rook
Oh my
e4.
god. What?
And now I trade. Yep, and that's
What
it.
a
I mean,
moment,
Bassem,
My God.
the spoiler roll. Wow, winning what should have been a lost
My
position
God.
against Hikaru Nakamura.
Amin Basim does it.
This is so uncharacteristic from the American to lose such a promising position.
Amin Bassem,
My God.
the spoiler roll. Wow, winning what should have been a lost
My
position
God.
against Hikaru Nakamura.
Armin Bassam does it.
This is so uncharacteristic from the American to lose such a promising position.